What's up, guys? I promised you an update on this is the Jungle King. Now, I was reading some of the comments on my original review, and they were saying that I got a cheap Chinese knockoff. I mean, I don't know where the knife was made. It says Jungle King on it. Actually, right here on the end cap here, it says Jungle King, and it's made by Ader, and there's a little shield on it. So some of the one of the comments said it was made in Spain. I would assume that the shield means that it could be Spanish. I would doubt that if it was made in China, it would have a little shield on it next to the name. But I don't know anything about it. I'm not an expert. You know, I just bought the knife at it was a trading post. You know, someone sold it to them, and I picked it up for 20 bucks. You know, I didn't really care about the sheath, like I said. I bought it for the knife because I had visions of making a sheath for it. So you can see it's looks pretty good. You can tell I did a paracord wrap, just simple. I started at this end. I threaded it through the set pin that goes through the hilt here, I guess. Started there, wrapped it all the way up, and then I used the pull the rope through the handle afterwards trick, and then just did a simple square knot, I guess. So that adds a little it's a little bigger in your hand, so it feels better than the metal. You know, if you were using this in a winter camp, this thing is going to get real cold, and if you don't have gloves on, the metal could stick to your hand. So that just adds a little. The rope actually goes down the front, so it gives a good grip on the front. You know, you can wrap your hands around that. So it's not perfect, but I mean, like I said, for a beat around knife, you know, just something you don't have to worry about. Chop wood, you know, cutting, notching tasks, things of that nature. It's not my primary survival knife, but it's a good knife, you know. So this sheath, I made. It looks leather, but it's actually acrylic. Looks like black leather. So this is acrylic. I got a sheet of it. It's probably like an 1/8 inch thick or something. 3/16 maybe, I don't know. I got a sheet of it, cut it to size, and heated it up in the oven. I actually heated it up with the knife in the oven. So the knife, there's videos on how to heat up acrylic. So I watched some of the videos. I think it was like 350, and they add like 5 minutes for every like 1/16 of an inch thick it is or whatever. So I heated up with the knife in there, because once the stuff gets pliable, it gets real floppy, like a piece of American cheese almost. And once you form it around whatever you're doing, it cools down and it starts to stiffen up like this. Like this thing is rock solid. You know, it doesn't flex at all. It's a good solid, just covering, you know. And I heated up the blade, so once I pressed it around here, the blade didn't rub the heat out of it and make it cool real quick, because you have to form it and then hold it down in place. And I used a placemat to keep the finish. Check out one of the videos on how to do it, and they pretty much explain that. So basically I foamed it to that, cut the extra. I actually used a bandsaw, and then in this area around the handguard, I actually did it after the fact. I got a rough shape for this this bevel, and then after I used a lighter and made sure it was real tight, because that's my only secure, you know, that's the only thing that keeps it on the blade actually. So I threw some glue in there. I let the glue follow that all the way down, put some on the outside, you know, cleaned it up, and it locks on solid. And around here, like I said, I had the JB Weld on it, and you can see the light kinda. I just sanded it once I got it all uniform and stuff. I sanded it out, and I put, actually, the only paint that was real durable I had was high temp. I think it's exhaust paint or something, you know, high temp grill paint or exhaust header paint or something. So I took everything out. I took the end cap off, and I put it in the oven to cure it onto the JB Weld here. So that's not going to harm it, and that's also why I could put the knife in there and heat it up. You're not getting it like anywhere near the temperature where it's going to start affecting the temper in the steel. You're way below that. So solid, like I said before. And the last thing I did to this was, if I can open this yet, I threw a fire steel in here, ferrocerium rod. Still has the little cheap compass in the pommel, I guess you call it. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. You know, it's just a little backup. So they say you can never trust your compass when you're lost in the woods. So you got a backup, redundancy type thing. And this will just give you general direction if you're on a quick, which way, okay, I'm going north, okay, I'm going west. Nothing for map reading or anything like that. So you can't really tell in there. I can't even tell. But basically I stuffed this filled with dryer lint, and I got a bunch of those cheap fire steels from Sportsman's Guide. They come in like 3 packs, and I basically cut the plastic handle on it down to just get the rod. And the rod looks, I'd say it's a little smaller than 1/2 inch. It's a pretty good size rod, you know. It's not the real, like the Swedish fire steels, Light My Fire fire steels. They're real thin. They're like 1/8 of an inch or something. This is a good fat rod. It's going to last a long time. And I packed this all around it with dryer lint. So that dryer lint catches a spark real well. So I threw this in, this actually rides in my car. It's just a car utility bug out kit, you know. I threw basic essentials in there. So I have one stop shop. If I have to go process wood, I need to test this saw out more, see how well it can actually cut. First time I cut, it only made like a little notch, and then it kind of stopped. It wouldn't go any further. But I want to test that out more. So for a cheap Chinese knockoff, it worked out to be a pretty solid knife in my opinion. Alright guys, peace.